Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to DEF CON again. We're glad to see you all up this morning. And my name is Mark Tobias. This is Tobias Bluesmanis, my partner. And hopefully they'll get our audio problems dealt with. And our... Hey, okay. Okay, so we got video on both screens? Right, no teleprompter, but the president's not here either. So, Toby and I work for Security Labs, which is in our office, and we work for a number of major lock companies in the world. We have a team that analyzes mainly high security locks with some consumer level products as well for security vulnerabilities, mainly for covert entry. So a few years ago at DEF CON, we talked about a number of different consumer level locks, but not really in detail. And as a result of that, we ended up filing a complaint with one of the standards organizations about the lock we're going to talk about today. And we figured a couple years would go by, some things would occur, maybe the problems would be remedied, but they weren't. So today now the monitor went away here, but I guess we're okay.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk about one of the most popular consumer level mechanical cylinders in the United States. And the problems, the design problems that we found. How many of you guys have this lock on your doors?
Ooh.
So everybody knows what this is. Okay. Yeah. So this is probably in the United States, there's really two major consumer level brands in the United States. This is one of them. And they're in every DIY store, hardware store. And a lot of folks believe that these are really secure. And in many ways they are. The problem is, as we'll point out to you, in critical ways they're not. So we're going to go through, we've done a pretty detailed slide presentation and with a lot of graphics and animation that we hope you guys enjoy to detail the problems. And we recognize that a lot of folks can't afford high security cylinders that are $7,500, $150 a piece. We do understand that. And I guess some locks is better than no locks on your door, but there's also a false sense of security that these kind of locks provide a higher level of security than they do, and that's also enhanced by packaging and marketing statements by the manufacturers, especially with regard to the Builders Hardware Manufacturers Association standard. It's a consumer commercial level standard that has much more to do with endurance and durability than security, and that's the case in this lock. So quick sets are really easy to understand. Today we're going to talk about their smart key versus conventional pin tumbler locks and a number of ways that we've determined to open them very rapidly and that present some serious vulnerabilities. Now you'll notice that the lock on the left-hand side of the screen, that's a smart key because it's got a little slot to the left of the keyway. That means that it's a reprogrammable lock. So what we're going to do is begin this morning letting you listen to a couple pieces of audio. We called customer service repeatedly to ask them how secure their locks were as if we were going to buy some. And we wanted to set the stage because either these folks aren't trained properly or they're making statements that they shouldn't be making. So either way, we thought you would enjoy the questions. These are about 2-minute clips each. And nothing's been edited out that was relevant. Only the chit chat between us, but these I tried to edit out to the relevant statements. So this first one was in June of this year with Brian.
QuickSet, this is Brian. Can I help you?
Say a couple of questions on Smart Key.
Okay.
So my only concern is QuickSet comfortable and basically debunked this, that there's no way to stick a screwdriver, just a common tool, into the lock and open it.
No, that'd be a negative. I mean, if it was that easy to pick a quick set lock, they would be having us, do recalls. Okay, if this customer's got this unit, you get a call tag, have a prepaid label sent out, and send that back to our quality control. There's nothing like that. It's business as usual.
Is there any are you guys aware of, been trained, any tools out there that will open these, or is this just all nonsense?
No, without the actual key for the unit itself, no.
You can't open
No,
it. So just so I can tell my boss, as far as Kwikset is concerned, other than drilling these, if you don't have the key, you're not going to get in.
No.
And that's the bottom line.
Sticking anything foreign inside of the keyway is just going to make it that much harder to open up.
Okay, so it basically what you're telling me is it isn't going to happen.
You can sabotage the keyway, which will...
Yeah, but...
Okay, so that was Brian. Okay, so you're starting to get the picture. So this is Satima.
Morning, sir. How can I help you?
Are you tech support?
Yes, I am.
Ma'am, we're looking at buying a large amount of your smart key cylinders.
Mm-hmm.
I have some questions.
Sure, go ahead.
Are you technical?
Yes.
Oh, okay. How about forced entry? How difficult are they? Like the old locks, you could take a screwdriver and put a lot of pressure on it.
Yeah, same thing with these. I mean, you can line up the springs. That's what the screwdriver would do. Right, force the springs to align and open the lock. With these ones, you can't even put a flathead screwdriver in there.
You can't.
You can't. No, because there's racks, we call them.
Okay.
They're coming from up and down, up and down direction, not just up.
Okay, so this stuff on the internet's not true. That you can stick a screwdriver in them and open them.
No. We were aware of that video, and we found out about it, but they did something else before they showed that video. That's what it was. I believe that's what I heard. That it was they had to do something else to the cylinder, and then they recorded the video with just using a flathead screwdriver and opening it. That's not how it works.
So if somebody walks up to a lock on one of our apartments. Unless they can take that lock apart, you're telling me they can't open it without the right key.
That's correct, sir. Right.
Is there any quick way of forcing these open?
No.
That a burglar could do, like in 30 seconds,
No.
15 seconds? Is there anything that you guys have been trained on or aware of?
Oh, no. Nothing like that. There's no tool that you can just put in the cylinder and pop it open.
There isn't.
There's no emergency key that you can, or we send you that will open it. Nothing like that.
What to say with all? I mean, how long you been with Kwikset dealing with these?
4 years.
Let's just take a 4-inch or a 6-inch screwdriver, which everybody has in their kitchen drawer, and you stick it in the lock, and you take a pair of pliers or a vice grips, and you turn it. Can you open the lock?
No. Of course.
What about sticking a wire through where the key goes in, or any other way?
Now, don't jump ahead of yourself.
No.
There's
You
no
can't
way.
put any type of wire or anything like that.
You cannot.
No, you cannot.
Okay, so you wouldn't worry about putting these to protect valuables, to protect your house or your apartment.
Not at all.
Okay, so that's what the public is told if you call in and want to know if these locks are secure. So unfortunately, and I don't think there's any malice on the part of their employees, they just don't know. They have not been educated. There was plenty of stuff on the net a couple years ago that they referred to, and I just don't think they know, or they've been told not to say it. We don't know. So the reality is, as we can see from the show of hands, there's millions of these locks used in America, homes, apartments, businesses. They're inexpensive. The cylinders run $20 to $30, maybe $40 a piece. They have pin tumbler models and they have smart key models. They have deadbolts and they also have electronic cylinders. So it is one of the most popular locks in America. and they've been in business actually for about 60 years. And again, they have a very diversified product line. These are some of their distribution channels. As you recognize, Home Depots, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, lots of folks are carrying these locks. And mainly they're sold through DIY channels, the do-it-yourself channels, rather than the locksmiths. A lot of locksmiths actually don't care for these cylinders because it circumvents their revenue and their low-quality locks. And this is a shot, I think, from Home Depot, and they're very, very prevalent. They've got great marketing. They're in residential and apartment facilities. So, Kwikset, Weiser, Baldwin, the basics. Toby?
No, keep going.
All right. We're talking about pin tumbler locks, which is their older version, and Smart Key. Smart Key will show you the difference. In some ways, it is a very clever lock. The pin tumbler locks they sell are 5 or 6 pin. The Smart Key is 5 pin. The Smart Key, there's some attributes that the pin tumbler locks don't have as far as security. The pin tumbler locks, if some of you guys were around several years ago, we had little 11-year-old Jenna Lynn bumping them open. Y'all remember Jenna Lynn? She's probably in college now. But she became a YouTube star. A little girl in 1 minute figured out how to open these locks. Whack, whack, they're open. The problem is they all have the same keyway. There's no duplication protection. There's no key control protection. These are definitely not for high security installations. They're mainly residential and apartments. So Kwikset history, as I said, they've been around about 60 years. They're very easily compromised. And the Smart Key actually was introduced around 2008, but probably a lot of you folks still have pin tumbler locks. You probably wouldn't know the difference unless you look at the little slot. The right-hand photograph, the little slot to the left of the keyway, that indicates Kwikset. But it's the same key that'll open these locks. So here's the difference. On the left is a pin tumbler, where it's a conventional lock with 2 pins and a spring in each chamber. On the right-hand side is Smart Key. It's much more complicated design, but same key will open it.
Yeah, and actually,
Is your mic working?
you can see also that what they share is the same key. What Kwikset did with this design is trying to use the same key for their locks. So you have one that is a pin tumbler design, and the other one that you can reprogram and supposedly be more secure. You cannot bump, you cannot pick open the lock. You can probably other attacks like impressioning the key. You cannot do that with Kwikset. But on the trade-off, we find ways more easy to open this Kwikset lock.
Okay, so pin tumbler design, they're essentially not secure unless they're a high security lock with a number of added on attributes. Pin tumbler locks essentially in this category are easy to pick, easy to bump open, easy to impression. They're easy to mechanically bypass. They can be master keyed. And it's also fairly easy to determine what the top level master key is, and there's limited number of combinations. And these locks are fairly low tolerance locks. Mm-hmm. So there are